times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, shout.
3 times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, now I hop on the scene with some banging dope beats with a top notch.
The next topic we're going to discuss is which is most likely to happen next. The fight for Undisputed between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, or Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because Bob Arum is quoted as saying the fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is dead in the water. Eddie Hearn is quoted as saying, like, man, the fight's still on, and he doesn't even know why Bob is saying what he's saying. And Deontay Wilder has just released footage of him training. So this is all over the place, and we don't know what's going on, but we do have a resident Wilder expert, folks. And he seems like he's getting back on the Wilder train. And if you ever seen The Godfather, Al Pacino, and you remember this part, this is G when it comes to Deontay Wilder. Just when I thought I was out. So G, tell us what fight's most likely to happen next, Undisputed or Fury Wilder 3?
All right. I promise y'all, I really do want to see Undisputed. But listening to Bob Arum, I think Fury Wilder 3 is about to happen, fellas. I'm being honest, man. Listen, he was like, what he say? He said, but Eddie was saying, oh, everything's all set. I'm just waiting on lawyers. That's what Eddie was saying. Bob is saying, yo, was it Saudi Arabia, I believe? He was like, you know, Saudi Arabia wants a networking deal in addition to hosting the fight. And he's saying that's going to take way more time than what people are expecting. So he was like, this fight ain't happening in no July or August like you guys are thinking. So then Bob is like, well, you know what? It sounds like these gentlemen are just going to have to fight other fights. And so when I hear that, I'm thinking two things, right? This is my conspiracy bag. So this isn't like any real evidence. It's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and I remember when Fury said this, Fury was talking about when they were asking him about arbitration or whatever, and he said something along the lines of, I'm spending millions of dollars to make sure this Undisputed fight is happening, right? So when I hear that, I'm thinking, is this like he has to pay step aside money to Wilder, right? And knowing how cheap Bob is, I'm pretty sure Bob's like, we not paying Wilder nothing. Let's just do the 3-peat, get that out the way, and then we go after Undisputed afterwards. That's what I honestly think is really happening on their end. However, Eddie is, in fact, trying to make the fight happen. But it seems like Bob Arum and Frank Warren ain't helping him out. So if Tyson Fury's side isn't helping you out and trying to get this deal happening, I honestly think the goal is to just do the 3-peat with Wilder.
Bill.
I don't know. I believe that this Undisputed fight is going to happen. I just believe everybody right now is look. It's $100 million. Everybody got to make sure everything's on the up and up. This ain't $150. You know what I'm saying? This is $150 million. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody got to make sure everything's on the up and up. And y'all know there's two Bobs. There's Bob Shiesty and Martini Bob. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when Martini Bob, you know, things ain't going this way, you know, he starts saying all crazy stuff. You know what I mean? You know, but Bob Shiesty comes back and makes sure and corrects things, you know? So I think that this fight is going to happen. I think soon, if not by next week, next fight, Canelo fight, we'll be hearing something. I think that this fight's going to happen. I think everybody doing the whole soap opera thing. You know, that's how boxing's becoming now. You're trying to put some – they better hope they don't make it a bore. Like, that's what Eddie was talking about. I hope they don't. But this is still keeping – because everybody's still talking about it. So it's bringing entertainment more something to the fight. So hey, listen, but I think that the fight gotta happen. It's 150 million. Everybody gonna eat. There's enough chicken for everybody.
Yeah. TBE.
All right. I don't even know. I'm gonna just say that I don't know because we wanted the Wilder Fury 3, and then that got kaput. It just faded away. And then we got all the news about AJ Fury happening in Saudi Arabia, and then now we're hearing all this nonsense. Now we're hearing Wilder Fury 3. It's just at this point I'm tired of it. I want the biggest fight ever in boxing to happen right now. I don't want to hear about some twerker or some city girl and Fury going at it. I don't want to hear about AJ and Fury. I just want the biggest fight to happen right now. And with all this going on, this is a bunch of nonsense, and it boils my blood because we're so close. We almost, like a couple years ago, we almost had AJ Wilder. They blew the bag. Somebody blew the bag. Then we almost had AJ Fury. Now somebody's about to blow the bag again. I don't want nobody blowing the bag. I just want the fight. I want it to happen. I'm ready to see this big fight. We only got one lifetime. And you don't know. We're in the pandemic. We never know when we're not gonna be able to see this fight. And I want to see this fight happen ASAP. I want it to go down. I want the biggest. I want all the theatrics. I want the fireworks. I want the music. I want the best halftime show. I want the best first post game show. I want the pregame show. I want it all. So stop playing with us. We want this fight to happen tomorrow, not in June, not July. Tomorrow. We want it tomorrow. Give it this to us. Stop playing Bob. Stop playing Eddie. Stop playing Frank. Whoever's involved in these deals, stop playing with us.
I heard you too, Ned. I heard you sneak in that Wilder dish. Did you call Wilder JT?
Hey.
Tell the JT for the city girls. I see. I heard that diss.
This is an interesting one, man. It's just sad to see these Wilder fans, man. They looking for scraps any way they can get them now. They used to be in the driver's seat. They used to hold Sophia hostage. They just thought they would have the WBC belt forever, and they just thought that they was going to just win their way to a 50-50 split with Joshua, and they was going to dance and say, yeah, we got 50-50, nah. Then they thought Wilder was going to beat Joshua, and then he was going to be undisputed, and then not only were they going to have 50-50, not only was Deontay Wilder going to beat Joshua, become undisputed, they were going to have all the glory because the king has arrived, and the king has taken his rightful place on the throne of Zamunda. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. What happened was his corner threw in a towel to save his life. And I say all that to remind Tyson Fury of how easy it is to fumble that bag. How easy it is. Andy Ruiz just fought Chris Arreola, 40-year-old, supposed to be shell, and got dropped. Tyson Fury, not too long ago, you fought Otto Von Lean. And he cut your eye, and your fight was in danger of being stopped. When are you guys gonna stop playing these games, man? That's all it takes to fumble the bag. You guys are here right now in a position where you can make the fight happen. Now I hear Tyson Fury wants activity. He feels like he's been inactive because he hasn't fought since February, I think, of last year. Well, my brother, you can take a fight and think it's going to be an easy fight and lose. Like, at the end of the day, it's here. Take it. If you don't beat Joshua in the first fight, you got a second fight. Like, I don't understand why it's so difficult to make these big fights. Meanwhile, It's the boxers. Actually, it's these boxers' fault. It's boxers like. Well, I'm not going to say Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury yet because this fight may still happen. But it's fighters like Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford not giving us that fight, right? It's fights like that that paved the way for the Jake Pauls of the world, that paved the way for the Logan Pauls of the world, because y'all not giving us what we want to see. So we might as well just watch anybody. Because y'all want us to watch and y'all want us to pay for. No, we really gonna be entertained. Because at least when we see Jake Paul and Ben Askren, we don't know who's gonna win, but we know who's gonna win. But at least we still really gonna be entertained, right? When you give me Tyson Fury, arguably the best heavyweight in the world, against Ajit Kabayel, I just feel like Tyson's gonna outclass him. I'm sorry, I'm just not intrigued by that. You're not giving us what we want to see. So that's what makes it difficult. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua in the ring with F.A. Ajapa. I don't. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be F.A. Aslapa after his blood and his brains are lying on the floor. So that's not what I want to see. I want to see the best fight the best, and that's not what we're getting. So I say all that to say, Tyson Fury, don't let your ego make you fumble the bag. Because not too long ago, somebody else did the same thing, bro. You in position, make the fight. Anthony Joshua, I think, has already learned his lesson when he almost was erased from Undisputed with his loss with Andy Ruiz. So I really do think Anthony Joshua feels like, if I'm going to lose now, I'd rather it be to Tyson Fury. If I'm going to lose now, I'd rather it be to Deontay Wilder. Fury, don't let your ego make you fumble the bag. I think Undisputed is next. And if Fury Wilder 3 is next, you really shouldn't let that cat out of the bag. But that's my opinion.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.